Okay, so got ourselves a little bit of a crazy one coming in here down the pipe. I just found out about COPPA. COPPA. For those who don't know, it's an FTC rule here on the YouTube. I'm gonna point out to everybody who is on just the basic cruisers of my channel. Go just buy and cruise by and check out my stuff. This video here is the one you should be going to if you're a kid. Straight up. Alright? None, absolutely none of my content is child friendly. I'm going to be very declaratively serious about this. None of my content is child friendly. As a matter of fact, if there are children in the room, I say this almost every single time I do a video, especially when it's my rants. Walk out. Because you're not supposed to be on this platform. This is not for children. This is for adults. This is where we adults come and perform our public speech. Okay, this is where we go and we do our weird stuff so that we're not out in public. I wish that drag queens would kind of take that to heart, but can I say, far as it goes, yes, folks, none of my content is child friendly. As a matter of fact, if you're watching my videos in order to babysit your children, what is wrong with you people? I'm trying very hard not to cuss right now because the reality is I'm trying to make this somewhat child friendly as this particular video. So that if people want to try and figure out, hey, well, why is it that my kid's watching this? Well, probably because it's not child friendly. Okay? Straight up. If your kid's watching my videos, it's probably because it's not child friendly, and I'm going to cut it to them straight. I'm not going to BS about it, and I'm not going to ask questions or be stupid over it. I'm going to be dead serious. And if you don't like what I have to say, you don't have to watch. If you're a kid, don't watch. Okay? All of my videos are my videos. They are not for you to go around acting like you're a human being and a big bad motherfucker and going and saying you're the top dog and all that. It doesn't work. Okay? You are a child. If you are a child, then you should not be watching my videos. If you were a child, I should not be able to speak to you on the internet. As a matter of fact, you should not be able to speak to me. I'm an adult. I am 32 freaking years old. If you are challenging me because you think you know better than me, and you are not 32 years old or older, then there is something wrong with you and you need to be checked into a hospital, a loony bin, so that you can have yourself reconditioned. And yeah, I would pray that somebody does that to their children so they can find out exactly what it is. Y'all need to understand real quick. Mental health ain't mental health. Child-friendly videos have nothing to do with content. They have to do with whether or not the subject matter itself is in consideration of a child's fragile emotions and ego. And that's the reality of it. If you're allowing your child to watch my videos, you're stupid. Plain and simple. And I've got no problem with saying that to your face. If you come up to me on the street and you say, well, my kid was watching your videos, I'd be like, well, you're an idiot. And if you don't like that and you decide to take it out with aggression, physical aggression, you're going to find out that's not a very good way to go. I'm dead serious. You think that I'm insulting your intelligence? If you think that I'm insulting your children or I'm causing harm to your children, then don't have them watching my videos. Plain and simple. I don't have the money to pay for your your lawsuits. I don't have the money to pay for your personal ego. And let's be very serious. If you went after my equipment or my personal property, I would definitely be looking for justification, legal justification, to go after everything you own, everything you hold dear, and to put your children in foster care, because they are much better off there than they are in your care. And I know what I'm saying. Trust me, I do. How many different friends don't have enough digits on both hands to count how many friends I've had go through the foster care program, or family go through the foster care program, to come out a little bit messed up in the head. Family and friends. So when I say you don't deserve to have a child, and you don't deserve to be a parent because you're not being a parent, you're sticking in front of a YouTube video, guess what? It's very justified. If you take insult to anything that I say, that says something about you, not about me. Because if you're letting it get to you, that just goes to show that, you know what? I can get under your skin. Straight up. And that means that you are a pansy. And your children are going to grow up to be pansies. Or they're going to grow up to walk all over you. If you don't put discipline in your children's lives, it's your own fault. And if you spare the rod in order to spoil your child, or in order to follow the rules, you are to blame. All of you. Any of you that are watching my videos, or watch any videos for that matter here on YouTube, if you are allowing your child to do these things, you are to blame. Not YouTube, not the creators, not the content, not the advertisers. You. Plain and simple. You don't like it? Do something about it. Get up off your ass and go play with your kids. Enjoy having your children. They won't be around forever. How do I know? I was a child once. Get it through your thick skulls, people. You are the parent. All right? You are the parent. If you are not willing to do the parenting, do not look to me. I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself. And there went the ability for me to use this video. Well, for anything other than the adults of the children. Because the reality is, it's the adult's responsibility. If you're not there watching over your kids, you really need to take a self-check. Look into what the situation is. Why are your children online doing things which you wouldn't approve of? Why are your children listening to somebody with such a dirty mouth? Why are your children out there gallivanting around on internet la-la land while you're sitting on your ass, maybe watching TV or something, when you should be actually taking care of your kids? Why aren't you out there going and playing catch with your child, with your son, playing dolls with your daughter, reading with your children, exploring science, doing mathematics, showing your children how to work on things, giving them chores? Believe it or don't, character builder. That's something that I did when I was a child, was chores. Guess what? Responsible adult. So let's try and do a little bit better on the part of being responsible adults and doing for our children. And stop pointing the finger of blame at the people who have done absolutely nothing wrong and saying that they are the ones who have gone and caused your child to misbehave. You are the ones who are responsible. Do your job as a parent. Or you know what? Delete your YouTube account and delete theirs. If you don't want to be responsible as a parent, take away the good things that they have. See how long you'll be a parent. What I am saying is, if you allow your children to utilize the internet, to utilize this platform, especially YouTube Main here, they are subject to having to deal with adults. Most of us adults don't like having to deal with your children, especially the fact that they are so loudmouthed and god-awful when they are utilizing their brains that they don't utilize their brains, they just spit. If it was up to me when I was a younger man and my godson decided that he wanted to go and mouth off to his mom, guess what? He'd have stunned his ass in the corner with a telephone book over his head and stood there in the corner for an hour. Child abuse, you say? Well, let me point something out to you, puss nuts. The reason why that child is getting abused at school is because you're not abusing them at home and getting it into their heads. Hey, not supposed to do that. I'll learn that real quick and fast in a hurry. You don't do something that you're told not to do. My dad used to pull out his belt. He didn't wait around for somebody to tell him, oh, you can't do that. My dad pulled out his belt. Once. One time. And that's all it ever took was just one time. My daddy said something, I did it. My daddy asked me to jump. I said, how high, sir? After I started jumping. So if it's too difficult for you to do as an adult, to use proper punishment and regulation, you don't necessarily have to use corporal punishment. Doesn't mean you don't have to pull out a belt like my daddy used to. Stand that little bastard in the corner with a telephone book over their head and make them hold it up. And when they can't hold it up anymore, you ask them, are you going to do that again? Don't ask them mean. Don't ask them like I'm asking you right now, because the fact of the matter is I'm pissed at you. And you're an adult, so you should know better. They're a child. They don't know better. So you ask them kindly, what did you do? What did you do that I asked you not to? And when they start wailing and trying to put on a show, you say, do you want to go back in the corner? You just say it real soft and easy. Because the reality is they hear you. They can hear you. Even through all the blah, 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 they can hear your ass. So just speak softly. Do you want to go back in the corner? No? Then tell me the truth. What did you do wrong? Now, if you're incapable of doing that as an adult, sit them in front of my video at this particular section and have them watch this particular section. Maybe you might have a little bit of a reality check. See, as a child, you are constantly learning. And if there is no reinforcement to your affirmation or delineation thereof, then there will be no adjustment of behavior. When a child is doing something that you consider to be wrong, against the rules, illegal, something could get them hurt, something that they shouldn't be doing is possibly stupid or dangerous or all of the above, or could get you in trouble, think about it. Your children can still get you in trouble. Yes, they can. If they're doing something like that, it is your job. Nix that, your duty to get up off your ass and do something. And if it means that you have to get up off your ass and maybe end up fucking having to explain to an officer, hey, guess what? This is what happened. Then you get up off your ass. And then later on you explain to that officer. Because the reality of the situation is, if you do not punish the child, they will punish society. And if you're too dense to get that through your head, you shouldn't be having children, because they're going to be the same. Now that's all I got to say about that. I tried my hardest not to cuss. I cussed one time, and I do apologize to those mothers, sons, daughters, YouTube professionals, what have you out there. Sorry, I was trying to make it as clean as possible. As y'all can certainly tell, I cuss. It's part of my vocabulary. So is mussing up my words some. Alright? That's part of my vocabulary. So get it through your thick skulls. I ain't too worried none. But the situation is, I ain't gonna take the blame for your stupid neither. This is the one video where I declare this is going to be uploaded to YouTube. And if YouTube got a problem with that, too freaking bad. Because I already done said something about it. I said it a dozen times and I'm tired of saying it. If you have a problem where your child is watching my videos, then you should not have them on YouTube. Okay? Let's all have a good ass week. Y'all taters leave one down in the commentator and I'll see you next time. Price out.